So in the last week or so on the YouTube and Twitch stream, I have been leveling Dragoon, which is a class I actually leveled through ARR, but dropped to play Samurai other things, and now I'm back at it. So I wanted to drop some pointers. I feel like Dragoon is a great intro class to melee DPS, but I thought I'll share some things that'll help round out your rotation and make sure you're doing things like butter. Just a heads up, these tips are through about 65. I'm kind of at level 67 right now. I will update and shoot another level 81 that will kind of give tips about the whole rotation. So this is about through 65. So take this in mind that we're not at 80 yet. Let's start it off. Hitting your position is one of the most important things you can do. People take it lightly because they don't think it do a lot, but the damage difference actually racks up pretty well. 2 in the back and 1 on the side, and make sure that you use your true north whenever things get rough and you're freaking out and panicking like myself. Hit true north just to make sure you hit those rotational positionals, and you get 2 stacks of them, so it helps out a lot. Please make sure you hit your positionals. It's only 3 where Monk had 6. But now getting 4 in Endwalker. 3 positionals, not too bad. Just hit them, get that extra damage, and make sure you're doing things correctly. The next one, this was very Dragoon specific. Jump has a lock animation. Please, for the love of God, make sure that you're using your jumps accordingly. If there's an AOE coming out, if there's a damage that's about to be done from the boss, do not use jump because you'll be stuck in that animation, and most of the time you'll be dead. And now you're just adding on to the floor tank memes that Dragoon already suffered from, and backflipping off the map, which I haven't done it yet, but I have backflipped into an AOE because I hit the button by accident. So just make sure that you understand that all your jump animations have some form of a lock animation, and you can't get out of it once you complete it, and it can get you killed. So just be cautious of that and make sure you're doing that correctly and timing it accordingly. Speaking of jump animations, Dragoon is probably one of the jobs that teach you how to weave accordingly. Make sure that you're using your jump attacks in between your cooldowns on your regular rotations. That way you should be doing a rotation ability, a jump attack, rotation ability, a jump attack, a rotation ability, another jump attack, or a OGCD. So if you're used to OGCDs, make sure you're applying those in your rotation. So while you're waiting for your next ability to become available, you're constantly casting things. ABC, always be casting, and Dragoon really teaches you how to do that. So make sure that you're weaving your jump attacks in your regular rotation and not just using it when things are already on cooldown. That's a cool little tip for you, and it's going to help you be awesome. Life Surge is an ability that you get as Dragoon. It's always going to make one ability crit. Make sure that you're using it with full thrust, because that is your highest potency ability. So you should always be using Life Surge with full thrust, unless you're in some panic mode and you need some health quick. Full thrust is going to be the one you want to use it for. Everything else is not as much damage as full thrust, so you're going to get max damage using Life Surge on full thrust. Put that in your rotation so you can boop doop and make it work. You know what I'm saying? AOEs, I've seen other Dragoons in dungeons with me. AOEs, I've shared this tip with them too. For Dragoons, use your AOEs if it's 3 or more minions. Also, you can activate your I think it's called dismemberment if you want to, so you can do your first rotation into your dismemberment to boost your damage, and then go straight into your AOE rotation and just continue to do that. Luckily, Dragoon only has 1 really AOE ability until level 60, so easy money on your AOE rotations. And then the second when you get level 60, you just apply that accordingly, and it also has an AOE jump. So make sure that you're using those abilities. When there's 3 or more, when there's 2 or less, use your single rotation. You're going to do more damage with 2 or less minions than trying to do AOE damage on 2 or less, if that makes sense. 3 or more, you're hitting 3 different things and more at one time, so you're going to do maximum damage. 3 or more, AOEs, 2 or less, single abilities. Always use your abilities. I had somebody ask that in the comment. Always use your abilities. Using abilities in the mobs makes the dungeons go faster, makes you get through the dungeons quicker, it makes you beat the dungeons much faster than just holding your abilities for the boss. Always be using your abilities when they're off cooldown. Use your abilities all the time. This last one is your dot. Make sure that you're not using your dot when something's about to die. This is just kind of like getting in a good habit. If you're not going to be able to get the full damage at your dot, most of the time it's better just to do your maximum damage rotation rather than your dot rotation. Save your dots for when they can sit pretty much for the majority of the time period or pretty close to it. You know, if you got a 30-second dot and it's on there for 25 seconds, pretty good. If you got a 30-second dot and that mob dies within the 4 seconds, you wasted some time. Just make it bob and weave, baby, and do your thing like a dragoon should. You should be popping off just great. I know this video was super quick, but I want to get to you the information as fast as I can and make sure it's effective. As always, you can hang out with me on my stream. I stream on YouTube and Twitch all the time, and drop in my Discord and chill with me there because I'm always talking to people in there. It's a good fun time. And remember, happy questing. Now go out there, do your backflips, and just don't fall off the map, please. I've been a meme way too many times, and I'm not trying to do it anymore.